going to go in order of how the division shook out last year. So, skipping the Chiefs because we're not a Chiefs podcast. Go to ESPN for that. We're going to start with the Chargers schedule. Go through those games. We'll do a consensus pick, three of us. Omar will lead the way, and then Edgar and I will be tiebreakers to find out. Third and Thirsty podcast final predictions. We did a record predictions after the schedule came out. Now that we know a little bit more about the teams, I got some cuts coming in. Unfortunately, some injuries, and now that we've seen our teams play a couple of preseason games, we have a little bit better feel how the team's looking. So we'll do an updated version here, starting with the Chargers. So week one, we know this one, Friday night game on YouTube against Kansas City Kansas City Chiefs in Brazil.
The Kansas City refs.
Kansas City refs, Chefs.
Yeah.
It was a subliminal slip. How we feeling?
A little bit less sure than I was the last time, just because we lost probably our second or third best player, Rashawn Slater, for the season.
Yeah.
Maybe that spot isn't the weak spot, but the rest of the line definitely got weaker with him leaving. But I still think that just emotions are going to be high. Everybody's going to be pumped. They're going to be ready to go. They're not going to have to fight against a home team, even though they're technically at home. Even though when they're at home, they don't have a home crowd. So I think this will be a little bit more even of a crowd. People don't know really who to cheer for in Brazil, I guess. But if the Chargers are wearing, the Brazil colors, the yellow and powder blue there, that's their like kind of a little bit national colors.
Okay.
So they might lean into the whole Chargers thing. So
that's what you're relying on?
No, but I'm just saying that hopefully
people in Brazil will push them over the finish line.
Your away alternatives or whatever this shit's called.
The
other ones.
I think they are the away, but I think they get to pick whatever they choose because they're home and they get to pick. But I'm gonna go with a win. I had it at the beginning as a win. I'm gonna go with a win.
I disagree. I think Slater's really going to hurt him, especially in this game. The Chiefs' defense is still pretty solid. And, I mean, the NFL's got their darlings playing in a primetime game on a Friday night in Brazil. There's going to be some weird calls going on. We've already seen it in the preseason a couple of times, flags that are just like, where is that even coming from? Then it's like, oh, it's the Chiefs. So, of course, that's the pass interference. It'll happen again that Friday night. I think the Chargers lose this one. Edgar, you're the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna go with a loss on this one as well.
Yep.
Losing Slater is really gonna be the key piece for your guys' like losing a lot of these games.
Yeah, I think so too.
Even though you called him Mr. Short Arms, can't block.
Yeah, Mr. T-Rex.
He sucked. He's T-Rex arms, but he's the most important person.
He's a pretty damn good player. I never diss Slater, for the record. We'll go to week 2, Monday night, Raiders.
That's a win.
At the Raiders.
At the Raiders, yeah. At the Raiders, that's a win. They're going to have plenty of time to rest. Even though they are flying back like 8 hours or whatever, they're going to have 10 days of rest in between games. So I don't think that they're going to be jet lagged. They're not going to be harping on last week's game. They're going to Harbaugh's going to have them ready to play the next week, and it's half an hour flight from LA to Vegas. So
yeah, the flight time I don't think is a problem. But I've said it earlier in this preseason, and I'm going to stick with it. I see the Chargers losing their first 3 games this year, and this includes this game. I think it's just going to be a weird game. It's in Vegas. The Vegas crowd's going to be pumped that they finally have some hope with a new head coach and a new quarterback. They got Kenny Pickett on the sidelines.
Clapping little soft with his little hands.
So I don't know. I just have a weird feeling that the Raiders win this game. I think the offense clicks and maybe they're able to control the game. Herbert just isn't able to get it together quite yet. So I got the Raiders. Edgar?
Come on now. Definitely Chargers lose. I think that Raiders are going to be blitzing the hell out of freaking Herbert, just trying to mess up this whole day. The offense, I mean, it might have its struggles against your guys' defense, but I'm pretty sure we'll get the ball enough times for us to be able to score.
I'm glad you said what you said about blitzing Herbert because I'm glad that if I'm hoping teams play the same team that they think they were playing last year. It's a different team this year with the power run game that they have. Last year they had one running back who wasn't a big power runner, and then they had Gus Edwards who didn't. He looked like a shell of Gus Edwards. He looked like the shell of a shell of Gus Edwards. um, Except for when he played the Broncos for some reason.
Yeah,
Not going there, but just for some reason that
No,
game
I
he
know,
like
yeah.
woke up.
We're
but
there
we
to
got
see it.
2, if not 3, 200-pound running backs that are not going to let up. They're not going to let up on those running backs coming one after another down the middle of the defensive line. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be as easy as just blitzing the quarterback because then, all right, blitz the quarterback, then you leave all those open lanes for the running backs.
I still see, obviously, we got Crosby, Coons. Our defensive tackles, obviously, they're just a bunch of like new guys that are pretty much trying to get offensive line out of the way. But we still have Lyndon Roberts as top running against the run, top 5 against the run. We got Devin White, or what was his first name? I forgot his first name.
It must not be good if you can't
Making a solid case. I don't know, some guy.
No, it's because I get names mixed up all the time.
Yeah.
But anyways, he can blitz the quarterback all the time, and he's really good against the run.
Yeah, but
he's not good against the cover. He's not good at covering. So that's why I was gonna say, like, if Chargers can start off the game being with the passing as to set up the run, then you guys are gonna be okay.
Their thinking is the
But
opposite.
if it's gonna be running, I mean, sure, you guys are gonna be able to run. You have a run committee, but I still feel like against certain teams, like, you know, I mean, I'll say Denver, like, you're not going to be able to run. It doesn't matter who you have, how many running backs you got. Like, when you go up against stronger teams, you're not going to be able to run the ball as much as you might think.
Yeah, again, I feel like this is going to be one of those weird games. The Raiders get up, have a lead. The Chargers are going to have to pass, and I think Max Crosby is going to line up on that right tackle and have himself a day. It's going to take a while for these Chargers to figure things out without Slater. Having Crosby be able to go where he wants to go and pick where he wants to, which side he wants to come off of.
It's gonna be the right.
Right.
It's gonna be on the right.
Yeah, so it's gonna be difficult, I think. And that brings us to week 3 against the Broncos. Omar, lead the way. At home. Okay.
At home, first home game of the season, technically in SoFi, even though the game at in Brazil is a home game, which sucks. But yeah, I'll take that as a win. I think they're gonna be full head of steam. Who knows if Najee Harris is even going to start the season active? So maybe they hold him back by like a week or 2. If they don't, then maybe by then he's already playing, and it's just throwing another wrench into the offense. You know how it's going to be rolling.
I saw he is starting or playing.
I heard that he's looking like it's up in the air for week 1, but I think they just say that to try to give the Chiefs another thing to think about, somebody else to prepare for.
Yeah. Before I give my take, I'll let you go ahead. Edgar, what do you got?
Same thing. I feel like, same thing like you said before. I feel like Denver's defense is just something to Herbert all day.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they try to start trying to run the ball with your guys' linebackers and with the defensive line to be on top of it. And if they try to even start with the passing game, you guys are going up against a tough corner. So I wouldn't say you guys are going up against the best defense yet, but it looks like it.
Okay, so you got an L for the Chargers? Okay, well, I'll give my take, even though it's pretty short and sweet, because we already got an L. Like I said, I think the Chargers lose their first 3 games this year. Yeah, I mean, the Broncos have so many pass rushers that they could throw at that right tackle that's going to be out there. Again, the Chargers getting their feet underneath them, trying to get used to life without Slater. And of course, Bo Nix the GOAT. So we move on to week 4. Schedule lightens up a little bit here. We got the New York Giants in New York.
Win. Easy win, I think.
Okay.
I think these are the wins that having Jim Harbaugh as your coach, you don't play down to your competition. You stay steady. You stay who you are, and that alone should win you that game.
Okay. Yeah, I got to win too. I think it'll be a closer game than you think because Giants defense is actually pretty solid, especially that defensive line again.
But what's
Offensive line is
the?
going to have quite a test here again, but I think the defense is going to be able to hold Russ.
But I think
So
the defensive, the offensive line isn't going to be nearly as good as if Slater was there.
right.
But if they're running the ball well, then I think that just kind of not negates missing him in the starting lineup, but helps. It helps soften that blow instead of having guys coming at you trying to block them. They're going to be able to run the ball, and they're going to get more positive yardage this year than they did last year. A lot of times last year, running backs were getting hit behind the line. This year, I feel like even if that does happen with the big running backs, they'll get a couple yards out of it.
Week 5, another tough game. Got the Commanders coming into SoFi.
I honestly got that as a loss.
Okay. Edgar?
Same loss.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the Chargers are off to a rough start here. Looking at a 1-4 start from the Third and Thirsty podcast boys. Week 6, Miami Dolphins. Sunday.
That's a win. It's like I said before. I see that as a sinking ship, and we'll see that early in the season.
Yeah, I agree. The Dolphins suck. I think they're gonna have a really rough season. McDaniel might get fired before, maybe even before like Halloween. I think because a lot going on over there. If Tua gets hurt, which of course no one wants to see that, I don't know if they can win a single game this year. They suck. Also, Tyreek Hill allegedly beats the shit out of women and children. So, Edgar, do you have anything to add to that game?
Even though we already have it as a win.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, we have another win. Okay. Week 7, another Sunday game against the Colts. This is
That's a
at home.
win. That's a win at home. The Colts, they're still trying to figure out what they're doing.
Yeah.
They got their first round quarterback from last year who sat himself down, didn't even win the starting spot. You got Daniel Jones who got kicked out of New York, winning the spot there. So I don't see that. I don't see them going anywhere.
Edgar?
Chargers definitely winning that one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. You have anything to add to the game there, Edgar?
No, I just feel like, I feel like Colts offense has so many problems that, Chargers are just going to be able to, like, I wouldn't say it's going to be like a walk in the park, but it's definitely going to be a lot easier than it was in the beginning of the beginning of the season.
Week 8, Thursday night football game at home against the Minnesota Vikings. All it's going to depend on McCarthy. So
yeah,
which one's the best offense?
yeah. This is a tough game. Honestly, this was tough. This one and one other game down the line were the toughest games for me to predict. Just solely looking at it by itself, the teams are very evenly matched. I'll probably have to go with a loss here, honestly. Their defense is top notch, probably one of the best in the league, and it's going to be hard to get anything going against them. And depending on how their offense does against our defense, JJ McCarthy versus Jesse Minter, as they know each other very well, playing against each other in college. So I don't know. It's up in the air, but I think I had this as a loss.
Edgar?
Same. I had it for a loss.
Okay. I think they win that game. I think they figure out McCarthy. But we'll go with you guys. Got another loss. So now we're looking at a 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 and 5 Chargers. Sunday, let's see here, at Tennessee Titans.
Win.
Yeah, win.
Win.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're all on the same page there. So get that marked down. All right. So now we're going to be 4 and 5. Do they get to 500 against the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes,
That's
they
a
do.
Sunday night game at SoFi.
Yes, they do.
Okay. Why?
Aaron Rodgers sucks. Aaron Rodgers is old. Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers is, they're trying to hype him up over there, doing the stuff that media does all the time, is just saying that, oh my God, he made a good pass in practice. Oh my gosh, they're working so well together. It's going to be the same show it's been for the last 4 years for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Aaron's going to do anything over there in Pittsburgh.
DK is going to get pissed off halfway through the season and walk off the field. And
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like that. I don't think it's gonna be like it was with the Jets. I guess I'll say.
Well, it can't be that bad because the Jets are the Jets, but I don't think it's going to be great.
yeah, I don't even think they'll have like a normal Steelers season at 9-8.
Honestly,
8-9,
They might go
9-8.
8-9 now.
I mean, I'm not. This is not like an AFC whatever anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly see them like doing better than they did last year. Like offensive
They made
wise.
they made the playoffs last year. You think they're going to make the playoffs again?
Offensive wise, yeah.
You think they're going to be better than both Baltimore and
Cincinnati.
I have a
the
feeling
Browns
that.
suck, but
I have a
Cincinnati.
feeling
yeah,
that-
Cincinnati?
Well, Cincinnati's defense is just trash. I just don't see that. I don't see them really. I see them winning games, but it's going to be a shootout for them because that defense can't stop shit.
I mean, they got a new defensive coordinator, so that might change things around.
Even in the preseason, they're struggling.
I never take anything in the preseason like to heart. You look at players individually and in like single plays, but as a whole, it's a shit show because these guys aren't going to be playing with each other. You have
I mean,
third stringers, second stringers.
They were starters, bro. Like, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. You have first stringers, second stringers, third stringers, guys that won't even make the roster, all playing together. That doesn't like conduce to good defense. Good defense is all the first stringers all playing together. Maybe one or two if somebody gets hurt, you bring some other guys up, but they've already played together, they've already gelled, and they've already. It's easier that way.
Well, as a Bronco fan, I'll say the preseason means everything because we got the number one offense and the number one defense. Book those tickets to San Francisco for the Super Bowl, Bronco Country.
I'm listening to this. Trust me.
So we are.
I'll buy them off you when the Chargers make the Super Bowl this year, Broncos fans.
That's not happening.
Damn, how many of you were y'all drinking before I showed up?
No, we just have confidence in our teams, unlike Raiders fans.
Yeah, man. That's what happens when you make the playoffs the year before.
Confidence in my team.
Well, we'll get there. Let's
Do
move.
better than they did last year.
Let's move on. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at Jacksonville.
Win.
Okay.
And then we finally get middle of the season bye, late in the season bye. We've had like a bye in week 4, like the last 2 seasons, which sucked.
Yeah. Well, you didn't let us finish on the Jags, but I think that's a win too. I've given up hope on Trevor Lawrence.
I'm about to see if this damn head coach can do something with them. If not, then yeah, Trevor Lawrence was.
Duval.
You think if this coach still can't do shit with Trevor Lawrence, considered a bust?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you can call him a bust at some point.
The Raiders might trade a 4th round pick for him next year.
Oh yeah,
That would be better than
a first.
be better than trading a 5th round
I
with
mean-
Kenny Pickett.
Maybe if it was still Tom Telesco being the GM, he might trade a 1st because he's an idiot. But
He would pay whoever was a free agent, like if he was a first.
Well, you do both. So week 12 bye, we covered that. Week 13 at home against the Raiders.
win, coming off a bye, they'll be ready.
Yeah, sorry, Edgar. I think I got that as a win as well, coming off the bye. Especially losing that first game against the Raiders. I don't think they get swept.
What week is that?
That is
13.
week 13. You feel any different?
Honestly, like I still think when I was doing these, I said that Raiders were gonna go 1-1 with everybody, everybody in the division.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say sure.
Okay. Real tough game. Monday night game against the Eagles.
I had that
At
as a
home.
loss.
Yeah, I got it as a loss too. Edgar, feel any different?
Sorry, no.
Okay. Another tough stretch here. Got the Chiefs in Kansas City. Tough game.
Win.
Oh,
Because we have, and it has nothing to do with football. We have somebody on our side to counteract or counter off the Taylor Swift shit going on there. There's got to be some black magic she's throwing in. Because Herbert's got a new girlfriend on there, somebody kind of famous, a singer as well. But that's the reason why. Nothing to do
that's
with
the reason
football.
why.
Nothing to do with football.
Well, I was kind of on the fence, but just because of that reasoning, I'm saying they lose. The Chiefs are a better football team. No offense to this new girlfriend, but I have no idea why she's famous. Not a big Taylor Swift fan, but at least I understand why she's famous. Uh, Edgar, you have any different feelings? Well, you're the tiebreaker, so Chiefs or
It's still going to be kind of hard because I'm hoping by this time the Chargers are actually like they're winning without Slater, so they actually figured out what to do. I feel like, but honestly, I think they lost for the Chargers.
okay, yeah, I
Does it
agree.
in your guys' mind that Herbert's new girlfriend's last name is Beer?
No,
It is beer. I remember I saw that.
We love beer.
we do love
Last
her.
name is beer, but yet we still don't know who the hell she is.
Yeah, I don't understand why she's famous. Is she a singer? Is she an actor? Or is
She's
she...
a singer slash social media person.
Okay.
So, but now she's Justin Herbert's girlfriend.
Ah,
That's why she's famous now.
good for her. Week 16 at the Cowboys.
Wing. I think the Cowboys will slowly but surely by the end of the season fade off.
Yeah, I don't think the Cowboys are going to be very good this year. Weird head coach situation. And who knows if Michael Parsons is even playing at this point, even in week 16. They really find a way to just have a weird situation over there. I don't think it's going to go very well. Edgar, anything different?
Honestly, I would want to say it's a win for Chargers, but I mean, if Parsons is playing, he is going to be like on Herbert's ass the entire time. So I mean, hopefully, like either they trade him or they figure something out, and or Rodrigo's like plan to like be able to win works out.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I just don't think that the team itself
Yeah, I think
is a good team. It's not a team that it's like it's going to be somebody that's going to come in and dominate. They're going to play okay, but as the season goes on, I think people figure them out, find their weaknesses, and kind of exploit that.
yeah, especially with a really bad head coach.
Yeah.
Next week at home against the Houston Texans.
When they're going to be ready for that game. If there's any game that they're going to be ready for, or not ready for because they're going to be ready for all of them, but wanting to play is going to be that one. they're going to be waiting and wanting to play that game.
Is that away for you guys?
No, it's at home.
It's at home.
Oh.
It's at home. Boy, the Texans looked a lot better than them on the field in the playoffs last year. But I think you're right. I think they get the win there. Edgar?
That's the thing. Houston's defense is pretty strong, and their offense is, good enough to score. So I don't know. I feel like the Texans will win that one.
Yeah. It'll be a close one. Well, it's 2-1. We got the Chargers taking that one. So that takes us to the last game at the Broncos.
This is a toss-up because you never know what the records being what they are at that point, who's going to play, who's already got like a seat in the playoffs already, stacked up, already ready to go. This game may not mean anything to one of the two teams. But I had it as a loss because I had the first one as a win.
Okay. Yeah, well, I got it as a loss at or in Denver. Big game, I think, for the Broncos. So they come out on all cylinders, crush the Chargers. Edgar, anything different?
No.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Omar and all the other 3 Charger fans that are watching, got a pretty tough season for you guys, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8-9 record. for the Chargers.
It'll
from the
help
third.
when if we had somebody else not a Raiders or Broncos fan from the outside looking in, probably making these predictions. I'm not saying we'd go like 15-2 or whatever. It'd probably be like a 10.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
being that we got three guys from three different teams, we get pretty objective opinions here. So 8-9 sounds about right for the Chargers. They suck ass. So
I expect at least a 10-win season.
okay, well we'll do our own little
we'll see,
individual. Yeah, and we'll see who's right. But for the Third and Thirsty podcast, that's our official prediction for the Chargers this year is 8-9 record. Obviously missing the playoffs and obviously still sucking ass.